Hey everybody, welcome back to IP Farms. Well, it's Wednesday. Sun's shining here in North Carolina today. It's a little breezy, a little chillier. Calling for some really bad ice to come in later tonight and most of the day tomorrow. So, try to get a few things rounded up, situated here in the shop, get a few projects around from behind the building here. Not really sure what the day is going to consist of yet, but bring you along for a little bit of it as we figure it out. Stay tuned. Well, I think I've decided the next thing on the agenda is going to be to get the L8000 around the front here, get it backed up close to the shop. I think Saturday I'm going to try to go ahead and replace those rear airbag bushings, the support bushings that I had machined down I showed in a couple of videos ago. I haven't really given a close-up of this truck, just told a little bit about it in an early video early on in the channel, so I thought I'd go over a few things right quick. 1987 L8000 Ford, got the 3208 Caterpillar. Just put a new water pump on it maybe a month and a half ago, right before I got the combines. Put some new belts on it. Put a couple new air lines on it. One that runs back to the airbags was leaking, I replaced that. Put new shocks on the front. Let's see, what else? Of course, the tires are good. Had to do some rewiring up here and bolting of the turn signals on the hood. Let's see what else. I told you about the boxes. I'll give you a little closer up. Right, I made the brackets for the boxes. These were used. Painted them, sanded them down, and painted them. It's just a long wheelbase here. The gentleman I bought it from lengthened it. He actually used to have a sleeper on the back of it, so he lengthened it. I thought about shortening it up, but I was thinking I'm going to leave it alone, so I put the toolboxes on there. They do come in handy and takes up some of the space between the back of the cab. Put the headache rack on it. I said that in an earlier video. Put new air lines on it for the trailer air lines. Built me a little aluminum bracket down there and put the airlines in that. It does have a, I believe it's 8-inch, no, 7-inch I think, stainless steel exhaust that was made by the gentleman that I bought it from. It's got a jake brake on it, exhaust jake brake there, or exhaust brake rather, not jake brake. Put the pogo stick on it, did all that, cleaned it up, painted the frame. Rear tires are good, painted the wheels, made the mud flap brackets here. Well, one of them was on there, the other one was broke. I redid that, put some new mud flaps on it. Made the aluminum pieces for the tail lights there. Had some of those on it. They were different shape. I just had some aluminum, cut that down. Of course, it does have a regular car receiver hitch, or truck receiver. It's got the pintle hitch. Gooseneck ball there, fifth wheel, trailer plug there. Trailer plug there. I did have to replace both the big air lines coming out of the I don't know what you call it, the valve there. They were quite expensive. Replumbed the airbag little air lines here. Like I said, let's see if I can get a view of the bushings here so you get an idea. If you can see that where it's real loose there, the camera's picking it up, you can see that bushing's completely gone. That's what I had. Sorry, phone was ringing. Anyway, those are the bushings I had machined. I showed in an earlier video. May try to get a little bit of that Saturday if that's what I end up working on. The airbag, that airbag's kind of dry rotted. It's not in the worst shape, but it's not the best. This one's a lot newer. It's okay. But there's a close-up view of the aftermarket air ride I was telling you about. Okay, let's get a little shot of the inside here. Like I said, it's a farm truck, nothing to write home about. It does have rust issues. You can see some rust here at the back of the cab there. It had I don't know if the camera's picking it up, there's a triangle plate there that was welded back in when the sleeper was taken off of it. Doesn't matter to me at all for a farm truck. Just standard, the sun's going to be in the camera, I'm sorry. Just standard L8000 stuff. He did put a Eaton Fuller 10-speed in it. It does not have the 2-speed rear end like most of them do. I think he said it was an automatic truck when he bought it. Changed it over to that. Said the automatic just wasn't going to do for him in West Virginia. He pulled equipment with it. But nothing to write home about. Got quite a few rust issues in the doors here, bottoms of the doors. But for what I do with it, it works perfect actually. Got a good highway gear in it. It's a heavy duty rear end. It's not the lightweight single axle rear. 33,000 GVW on the truck. So I haven't ran this since I brought the combines home, and I think there's a cold start way back on it, so it hasn't been cranked probably in at least a month, maybe a little over a month. Not sure if the batteries are dead, but might get a little clip of the cold start on this one, and then that'll be it. I won't bother you guys with any more of that. You've seen all the equipment pretty much crank up after it's been sitting, so let's see what we can do. Bring it back shortly. Okay, able to get around here in front of the shop. Just gonna leave it out of the shop for now. I can get it backed in almost up to the headache rack, which will be inside enough to do the bushings. Show you these again in case you missed an earlier video. These are what I had machined. Very nice gentleman did them for me. I used to work with. Gave him a piece of 3-inch solid and some brass. He turned everything down, so they'll go in like so. One from each side, both ends of the sway bar, if you will. So see if we can get those in possibly this weekend. I think I'm gonna hold off on the airbag for right now. Got a valve that shuts it on and off, so worst case scenario if something happens, still riding on the springs, so no big deal there. We'll get these in, and I think this one will be pretty much good to go for right now. I've got to get the big trailer around here, the low boy, and get started on that axle at some point, so I want to get this finished up first. Okay, bring it back shortly. Okay, we definitely got some shadows, possibly some wind, but okay. The hitch here for the new disc I bought, I had to take it off when we transported it home, so pin here goes down there in the slot. The only thing it's missing is the front, I guess you would consider drawbar piece here. Usually a pin that goes through here, and it's got a C shape. It goes across your drawbar, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna make that from scratch, or I might go down here and cut the one off of the other disc that's unusable, and see if I can fab something up to make that work. So might bring you along for a little bit of that. Stay tuned. Well, that didn't go necessarily as planned. Jack had other thoughts. Tried to set the camera up a couple of times, get me cutting that off. But he liked the taste of my camera, so just had to put it up, get it finished, get here in the shop. So not real sure how I'm going to work this yet, but got to do a little bit more measuring and figuring. But let's clean the shop up, and we'll probably wrap this one up for today after that. Bring you back in just a minute. Okay, everybody, I'm back. Got the shop cleaned up, floors swept, organized best I could. Getting kind of cluttered in here. I'm not liking it too good, but anyway, got some more room to work. Got the wheels out for the new disc. Got to get those cleaned up, painted, tires on them at some point here soon. Got the hitch there behind it. I've got to do a little bit more measuring and figuring on what I'm going to do there. Saw the other piece I cut off the old disc today. So, I believe I'm going to wrap this one up. Not sure if I'll be able to make it up here tomorrow. Bad weather coming, lots of ice they're saying here in North Carolina for us, so I'm not sure how my job schedule is going to be or how the roads will be getting up here to the farm from the house. So if for some reason I don't get to upload tomorrow or Friday, you know what's going on. I'll be back Saturday evening for sure. Thank you all for watching. Please consider subscribing if you hadn't already. Thumbs up if you like what you see. Share the videos with anybody that you feel comfortable with. And I believe that's going to wrap this one up. Until next time, thank you.